Earlier this week, we celebrate the Feast of All Saints. And even though it wasn't a holy day of obligation this present year, it's an important feast day for us to spend some time reflecting on. Because, saints are Catholic heroes. They're our role models. They're the people we need to look up to. And we all know that when we want to do something in life, I need someone to inspire me. Athletes are inspired by their athletes, artists by their artists, musicians by their musicians, etc., etc. And as people of faith, we need those people to inspire us as well. And that's the great gift of the communion of saints. Because by virtue of our baptism, we were all called to be saints. And I think sometimes when we think of saints, we think of the plaster statues in the corner, people that were perfect, people that were so unlike us, it's hard to relate to. But my friends, the saints were very much like you and I. They were people who struggled with imperfections. They were people that struggled with bad tempers, bad habits. There were people who suffered with short fuses, etc., etc. But the difference between them and us is that they allowed God's grace to help them overcome those things because they kept their eyes focused on God. And that's the biggest and most important lesson the saints can teach us. Because in our world of so many distractions, so many things pulling for our attention and our time and our energy, we often forget that the thing we should be pursuing above all else is to be holy, to be a saint. All Saints' Day reminds us that you and I are called to be saints. The saints don't need us to remember them. They enjoy the beatific vision. All Saints' Day is about us. It's a day of inspiration. It's a day to challenge us to get our lives back on the right track and to be pursuing that holiness that we are called to in our lives. And not only do the saints inspire us of that, they help us with that with their powerful intercession. My friends, there are as varied saints in heaven as there are varied people here on earth. There are saints we can relate to because of our name. There are saints we can relate to because of our occupation, our hobbies, where we're from, etc., etc. We need those friends in heaven, those intercessors, to inspire us and to help us with their prayers. Even though the Feast of All Saints may have passed us by, the power of the saints needs to be something we utilize and look for in our lives. This is not a homily or a sermon, but just that little jolt of faith we may need to look to the saints to help us get through this week.